German media reports suggest that Red Bull Racing is facing a major shakeup, with legendary engineer Adrian Newey possibly exiting the team due to budget constraints. Newey, known for his groundbreaking designs and contributions to Red Bull's success, may have to shift his focus away from F1 to other projects shortly. This unexpected development has sent shockwaves through the racing community, sparking speculation about the team's future direction. So, let's dive into this video today to uncover the truth behind Adrian Newey's potential exit from F1 and its implications for Red Bull Racing. Limiting how much money Formula One teams can spend isn't a new idea. It was talked about back in 2010 when Max Mosley was the head of FIA. He wanted to make sure everyone had a fair chance, but it didn't happen then. However, it finally got approved for the 2021 season. The idea is to make sure the big teams like Mercedes, Ferrari and Red Bull don't dominate every race. For the 2023 season, the spending limit was set at USD 135 million. But because of inflation, it's a bit higher in reality. Teams can't just keep spending money whenever they want, because they have to stay within this budget. Also, the top 3 earners on each team don't count toward this limit, but this makes it hard for teams to keep and promote talented people. Red Bull, for example, lost some key people like Dan Fallows and Rob Marshall to other teams. Now there's talk that Adrian Newey, a big name in Formula One, might have to leave the F1 project. It's because he's one of the highest earners, and teams are worried about sticking to the spending limit. This would be a big shake-up in the world of Formula One, and it could change how teams operate in the future. Is Newey on the sidelines? In 2023, the FIA created a rule called Technical Directive 45 to prevent teams from using their top technical people in other parts of their business, such as Red Bull Advanced Technologies or McLaren Applied Technologies. People were worried that teams were moving staff to these other divisions to learn more about F1 without worrying about the spending limit. So the FIA decided that everyone who helps with F1 should count towards the spending limit. For Adrian Newey, who works as the Chief Technical Officer at Red Bull, this means he has less time for F1. He's now focusing more on the RB17 hypercar project. But since he still works on F1 sometimes, his big salary has to be included in the spending limit, which is causing Red Bull some problems. There's talk that Red Bull might move Newey to the RB17 project full-time to keep his salary out of the F1 spending limit. But if they do this, Newey won't be able to work on F1 cars anymore. It's a tricky situation for Red Bull to figure out. Newey's journey with Red Bull. Adrian Newey's time with Red Bull Racing is an incredible story of triumph and innovation in Formula One. Joining the team back in 2006, Newey quickly became the driving force behind Red Bull's technical department. With his exceptional talent in aerodynamics and chassis design, he played a vital role in turning the team into a dominant force in the sport. He first made waves in Formula One as a technical director at Leighton House. He later worked with Williams and McLaren, designing cars that won a total of 6 constructors and 6 drivers' titles. Red Bull team boss Christian Horner then brought him to Red Bull, where Newey's car designs led the team to victories during the blown diffuser era from 2010 to 2013 and with the 2022 ground effect cars. Though Newey is now less involved in daily design work, he remains a crucial asset to Red Bull. Although he is free to pursue other projects, he has no plans to leave F1 anytime soon, having recently signed a new deal. Absolutely, he affirmed when asked if he still enjoys working with Red Bull. Newey joined Red Bull seeking the opportunity to be part of a team's development from the ground up, similar to his experiences with Williams and McLaren. He values the chance to contribute to the team's growth alongside Christian Horner and Helmut Marko, Red Bull's top executives. Reflecting on the 2014 season, Newey admitted that it was the only time he considered leaving F1. During that period, Mercedes emerged as the dominant force with their new turbo-hybrid engines, while Red Bull struggled with uncompetitive power units from Renault. The lack of investment from Renault's leadership to improve their engines left Newey feeling disheartened, as he believed that all 3 key factors – driver, chassis, and engine – needed to be strong for a team to win championships. Under Newey's guidance, Red Bull Racing achieved an impressive 4 consecutive Constructors' Championships from 2010 to 2013. This remarkable feat firmly established the team as a powerhouse in F1. Newey's ingenious and efficient car designs were instrumental in Red Bull's rise to the top. Throughout his tenure, Newey introduced groundbreaking car designs like the RB6, RB7, RB8, RB9, and more recently, the RB19. These creations showcased his innovative approach to racing technology and contributed to Red Bull's success on the track. Beyond his race day achievements, Newey played a crucial role in shaping Red Bull's technical philosophy and racing culture. His legacy at the team goes far beyond victories. He is recognized as one of the most influential figures in Formula One history, leaving an indelible mark on the sport. Does Newey also have plans to exit Formula One? Adrian Newey, who designs Red Bull's cars, shared that Ferrari has approached him 3 times. Even though he's strongly connected with Red Bull, he didn't completely say no to the idea of working with Ferrari in the future. In an interview on the Formula for Success podcast, Newey mentioned that Ferrari had approached him 3 times, highlighting the exceptional talent that Ferrari has been interested in. However, his unwillingness to move to Italy and his deep attachment to Red Bull are the main reasons he chose to stay where he is. Newey expressed his fascination with Ferrari, calling it a magic brand that everyone in motor racing is tempted to join. He revealed, "And I've been approached and come close 3 times now, one of those in IndyCar way back." He further explained the challenges of working with Ferrari, stating, "And the cons are that if you don't do a great job, you're absolutely berated and torn apart. Of course, if you do a good job, then you're a national hero, so that brings all its pressures." Newey emphasized his need to approach the opportunity from an engineering perspective, trying to set aside the emotional side. Red Bull's immense efforts to get and retain Newey. In 2006, Red Bull faced a big challenge when they tried hard to get Adrian Newey, a super smart guy in designing Formula One cars, to join them from McLaren. But 10 years later, things almost went the other way, and Red Bull almost lost Newey to Ferrari. Christian Horner, the boss of the team, talked about this close call. He said, "We were winning in 10, 11, 12, 13, 4 times in a row, and then there was a big change in the rules for the engines, and our engine supplier missed the mark." At that time, Vettel left because of the engine, and Adrian was very close to leaving. He was just about to sign for Ferrari. Losing Newey, one of the smartest people in F1 history, would have been bad for Red Bull. So, to make him stay, Horner tried something unusual. He remembered Ferrari wanted him. They offered him amazing things. They said he could have a glamorous lifestyle, fly into the factory from Monaco every day without paying any taxes, and design a road car and other stuff. I managed to convince him to stay by, saying, "We'll make a road car too. We'll do it if you want to make a road car." He asked, "How?" I said, "I have no clue, but we'll figure it out. We'll find a way. We'll make it happen." The moment that changed everything was when Horner and Newey had a chat in a pub. Horner suggested making a road car, even though they had no idea how to do it. This suggestion played a big role in Newey's choice to stay. This idea later became the Aston Martin Valkyrie, an amazing car made by Aston Martin, Red Bull's tech partner from 2016 to 2020. Horner recalled, "I talked to then Aston Martin CEO Andy Palmer and said, look, we've got maybe the best car designer ever, and you've got 2 awesome brands. We won't pay for the car, but it makes sense to put these 2 things together." And that's how it happened, literally in an English pub. The Valkyrie turned out to be one of the best road cars ever made, while the Ferrari project, which Newey would have worked on, never became a reality. Now, so what do you think of the sock by Red Bull about Adrian Newey leaving Formula One? Comment below and subscribe for more.